As we finish our tour of GitHub and GitHub pages, let's summarize the key points and look at next steps. Feel free to use the key points anytime to brush up on terminology or process. Git is a version control system that runs locally on your computer. It's a set of commands to initialize and manage a local repository and synchronize the local repository with its remote repository. If you are interested in learning the Git commands, check out the lesson links at the end of this lesson. You'll find that we've been using the command names throughout this course, like commit, push, pull, and merge. GitHub is a website for hosting remote Git repositories, and it's a great collaborative development tool. It allows us to share code with anyone on the internet and has features such as issue tracking, pull requests, code reviews, and more. We've covered many of the key Git terms, including repository, which stores the commit history for the files in a project, commit, which is the resulting set of copied files. A commit contains a snapshot of the project files, all of the files, not just the changed files. A branch is a separate set of commits for a task. Branching allows us to work on that task without impacting our main code. Use branching for each feature or issue you work on, and merge the branch into the main branch when the feature or issue is complete. We saw that for most projects, we want two repositories, a local repository in the working folder for our project, and a remote repository on GitHub. The remote repository stores the project commit history at an off-site location. We can initialize either repository first. We can create the local repository first and publish it to create the remote repository, or clone the remote repository to create the local repository. If we find a public repository we want to contribute to, or we want to copy it as a starting point for our own project, we fork that repository. This makes a copy of it under our GitHub username. We then clone from our copy to initialize our local repository. When working with Git, a normal process flow is to add and edit our files in our working folder. When we're ready, we add new and changed files to staging and commit the staged changes to our local repository. We then push our commit history to the remote repository. And if we are working on a team, we normally pull down changes before we push our own. When using branches, there are a few more steps in our process. When we create a Git repository, a main branch is automatically created. We often use this branch for our completed code. And when we publish our repository to GitHub, the main branch is published. Before we make any changes for a task, we create a branch for that task and publish that branch to our remote repository on GitHub. Be sure to select the branch before making changes. Then commit those changes to that branch. Pushing the changes to GitHub copies the commit history to that same branch in the remote repository. When the task is complete, create a pull request or PR. A PR requests that the commit history from the task branch be merged into the main branch. Approving the PR merges the commit history. You can then delete the branch from GitHub, sync to your local repository, and delete your local branch. We introduced GitHub Desktop, which is a user interface for Git and GitHub. It provides features to initialize and manage our repositories and synchronize a local repository with its remote repository. We also saw how to use VS Code to interact with our repositories directly from our editor. VS Code is a full-featured multi-platform code editor, and it provides Git integration to initialize and manage our local repositories. We can also synchronize our local repository with its remote repository, all without leaving the editor. If you are on the path toward becoming a web developer, there are several key ways GitHub can help. You'll want to build a portfolio of your code or designs. GitHub is a great place to post that work. Potential employers like to see examples of your work on GitHub. Most companies use GitHub to manage their projects. Having some familiarity can give you an advantage in an interview. And when you join the team, knowing these basics helps you become productive quickly. GitHub is also the place to be if you want to work on open source projects. Open source software is code that anyone can look at, submit PRs to, or use. Open source projects are often looking for contributors, that is, developers that can help add features, fix bugs, or work on documentation. Working on open source can be a fun and interesting way to improve your development skills. Congratulations! You now know the basics of GitHub and GitHub Pages. Yay! So, what's next? You can expand on what you've learned here, digging deeper into what Git and GitHub can do. Check out the lesson links throughout this course for suggested resources. And as you've probably noticed when we published our website, it doesn't look very nice. To give it some style, we need to add cascading style sheets, or CSS. And to give it some interactivity, we need JavaScript code. This leads us to the next courses in this series. These are the other courses in the How to Become a Web Developer series. This GitHub course is positioned here. I'd recommend CSS and Bootstrap next to improve the look of the site, then the JavaScript course to add some code. Thank you for joining me, and all the best as you continue your journey toward becoming a web developer.